Welcome to BevyPod. Today I am joined by the beautiful Maria. She is an energy healer and a Reiki master and teacher. I always wondered, what is Reiki? What is this stuff, right? So when I bumped into her at a gathering, I asked her if she wanted to come on and explain it. So you know what? Knowledge is power, and I wanted to know what it's all about. And after having her on this interview, I feel really comfortable now about my knowledge with Reiki, and that basically it's an energy that, we give off and we feel and we can share with others, and she can teach people how to use it for healing. It's totally amazing. I think you're really going to enjoy and get a lot out of this interview. I know I sure did. Welcome to BevyPod. So today we have Maria. Cheers.
Cheers.
Woo! Wow, we are so excited to have you here and to learn so much. I've heard a lot about Reiki, but I don't know that much about it. So I'm excited to learn today. So why don't you open that up and let us know, what is Reiki?
For
What does
sure.
it do? Does it have any benefits?
Lots of benefits.
Okay.
So Reiki is a Japanese healing modality,
Mhm.
and it is the way it works is you're channeling source energy or Reiki energy,
Okay.
energy from God,
Okay.
through you to help relax and relieve any kind of pain, or even just help with the movement of any stuck energy within the body.
How would energy get stuck? Would that be from trauma or?
It could be trauma. It
Okay.
could be your thoughts and emotions as well, right?
Negative?
Negative and sometimes over positive, right? Because
Too much.
we use Reiki uses the chakra system to kind of open and regulate the energy that's flowing through you. And sometimes those can be underactive or overactive or closed, right? So
It sounds so confusing. Like, how do you just get it regulated?
First of all, if you're a regular meditator, you most likely are also opening your chakras and balancing your energy anyway.
You know what? I used to hate meditating, but I love it now. Like, I find that I pray first, and then meditation to me is listening for the answers.
Yeah.
So God, Jesus, the angels, I feel like when I ask something, if I just close my eyes and meditate, to me is just like listening for the answer. And it sort of comes to me. And sometimes it comes to me when I'm in bed and I write it down because I don't want to forget. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know I was that brilliant until I started meditating, right?
Yeah.
So I went to this meditation group. It's by Bonnie Getke. I don't know if you know her, but it's every Tuesday night. And I was there and I'm doing the meditation with some friends of ours. And everybody, like when she asked everybody how they liked it, all of a sudden I said, you know what? I got so much out of it. I was able to feel like, my parents talked to me, even though they're passed. I felt this real love and closeness. And my dad said, in this meditation, to take his glasses back. And I realized I do have his glasses, and take it back and make sure that you're looking at everything and well focused. And so when everybody else shared, they go, I wasn't able to focus. I wasn't able to concentrate. And I felt so sorry for them because that used to be me. I used to judge it. I used to say it's a waste of time. I don't want to sit there for half an hour. Why do I want to? And then all of a sudden, when I kept going and I gave it a chance, I slowly started getting into it, and it started giving me answers.
Yes.
And guidance.
Yeah. So meditation, it is a practice, right? It's kind of a learned skill.
Okay.
And what you're doing is you're learning to really tune out your noisy brain or the things that are coming up for you to heal or listen to really kind of tap into your spirit, tap into that inner voice, tap into higher voices, your guides, God in itself, right?
So it's not evil, right? Because some people
it's not religious at all.
Right.
So
some people say that, if you get involved in this stuff, it's Satanism and stuff. And I find that it's the furthest thing away.
It is.
It's very spiritual and loving and nurturing, and it's the opposite end. So before you judge, really look into,
definitely.
things. Yeah.
It is something that we're all born with. Like we are born with energy and spirit, and it's actually us connecting to spirit, to God, to that higher energy, and learning how to channel it so we can tune each other to our highest vibration. So what really
vibration's huge, right?
Yeah.
Tuning to vibration.
Yeah.
I feel people sometimes way down the street. I can feel negativity coming towards me. I was at a party last night, and there was this girl across the room. She was from Brazil, and she wanted to dance at the party, and nobody else wants to dance. Everybody just wants to sit there. And I felt her, and I'm like, and she's like, yeah. And we got up and we danced, and she goes, I love you. And we could just feel each other's spirit and energy. And it was just, you don't even have to talk. You can just feel it with people.
Well, and there's people who are sensitive to that, right? So you have empaths and people who are sentient, right? Yeah. People that sense that the vibes, right?
Right.
So what this does is not only it's you to be more sensitive to that, but now you can read it and translate it, right?
Oh.
So, what I say that I do, I don't heal anybody. I'm not a Reiki healer. I'm a Reiki master teacher. And what I do is I am attuned to a higher vibration. So we're like tuning forks. Oh. I come in at this vibration, and then you kind of copy me. And I leave you with that higher vibrations, which is a natural state that you already have. But because of life experience or the stress at home or things you're going through, you're just not allowing your natural vibration to be at that level.
Okay. So if somebody has a block, I guess it could be from trauma. Like I have a friend, he's been through so much with his daughter, and I feel like it's unforgiveness, right? And I'm always telling him, I said, it's not for her, it's for you. You must forgive her to be able to move to the next stage. And he's like, Bev, I can't forgive her. She's a devil. She's evil. And I go, it doesn't matter about her. You must forgive. I mean, for me, I was in an 18-year relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And my mother had just passed, and I just found out that my boyfriend of 18 years was having an affair with a beautiful employee that I hired. Will, our cameraman, remembers him. And the devastation, but how I dealt with it. I prayed, I meditated, I went off on my own for a while. And when he was ready, he was going to commit suicide. I thought, you know what? I don't want his blood on my hands.
Right.
I don't want the anger, so I forgave him. We were friends without benefits, and we talked.
Yeah.
And I found out things I did wrong in the relationship, and I looked at it. He said stuff, and we were able to heal. Before he died in a car crash, for the 8 years, we were the best of friends. And everybody goes, how can you be friends with him? This and that. Well, stop judging him.
Right. Forgiveness is about you not longer carrying the weight of shame, guilt, or even just betrayal, right? Or abandonment. Mm-hmm. It's you going, you're no longer allowed to live rent-free in my head. Right. This is your energy, and I honor myself enough to release this energy. Yeah. So then I can be free and move on.
I was free. Yes.
Open up and to love and understanding. And that's how you also move and awaken, right?
Yes.
Because you are then more connected to that vibration of God, because God doesn't judge, right?
Right.
That's God, anyways.
no, that's true. Right? God is all about love,
right?
Forgiveness and love, and it's so important.
We are all one. We're really a really huge collective,
right?
And it's the I am that I am, right? Meaning that I am that person,
in the Bible.
And I am that person, and I am that person.
I am.
Because we are reflections of God, because that's how God learns, that's how God experiences the universe, right? That's how He grows. So by you judging somebody else, you're really judging yourself. I've been in a lot of situations, right? Friendships too.
Looking at me.
Right, where people point a finger at me, one finger at me, but there's three pointing at them. So, and sometimes you find as a sensitive person or as an empath, you're the one to blame because you're the one who can handle the burden. You are the one who can carry that weight.
Right.
Where the person pointing the finger at you cannot be accountable for it.
Yeah.
Or
I found
cannot
that before
handle
too. Yeah.
the shame, the guilt that happens, right? So unfortunately, that's part of
being on a higher level.
Well,
I always say that you have to rise to a higher level. Sometimes if someone's on a lower level and their mentality does not allow them to see things or to see their own behavior or whatever,
yeah.
then it's up to me to go to a higher level, forgive, maybe I don't have to be close to that person.
Right. Yeah,
I can set boundaries, but still not to carry it because it's not mine.
Right.
Release it, right? Yeah.
And no, that's exactly it. So,
how would you overcome challenges like that in your life? Like so many people are going through so many hard things right now. And I don't know what will help them. I know prayer and meditation helps a lot when you're going through things. And writing, I've done a lot of writing. I have like 50 billion journals that I need to get rid of because if anything ever happens to me, I don't want anybody to read them. I got all my secrets in there. Right. It's true.
Yeah.
I look back in my journals from like 12 years ago and I go, that was me? I was on that level. Like, that's what that was my
beauty of growth, right? That's the beauty of growth. And that's the beauty of recording your progress.
Yeah.
Because you can go back and go, oh my gosh, look how far I've come.
Right.
Look how far I've developed. Look how far I can see. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I would say journal. I would also say like therapy as well. Like I totally recommend
therapy is so good.
But there's other holistic ways you can do, like you can do massage or nervous system, somatic workouts. You can do sound healing. You can do breath work. Is excellent for trauma.
Right.
Fantastic. I totally recommend it. Yeah. What it does is that you add too much oxygen in your cells. So anything stuck there, like either emotionally, vibrationally, or energetically, just has no space for it. So it kind of pushes it out. So you're releasing whatever you hold in.
I heard, like, how do you do it? You go and then breathe in twice and then out.
Yeah, it's just through the mouth and it's like so it's all like is it chest? No, it's a diaphragm.
Yeah.
And then you softly release. But if you haven't done it, go do it with a professional.
Yes.
They, not only that, but they guide you through healing.
Okay.
And they hold space for you. Because when you're releasing, you need somebody to hold that space. Yeah. So you don't feel alone. You feel seen and heard, and
because you know what? I think heavy emotions really come out during this.
Oh yeah. I remember my first time. It's within the first 5 minutes, I was crying my eyes out. Oh my God. But I've had all sorts of reactions. I've laughed. I cried. I've been so angry. I've raged. So, but I've done at least now. I've done 10, 15 sessions, right?
Wow, that's great.
Throughout the last 4 years. And so every time is very different. Mm-hmm. But what I found as an empath, that it really helped me, when I was doing it consistently, it really helped me kind of release everything that was holding on for everybody else, right? Like you don't realize how much you hold on in your emotional body until you make space, until you release it, right?
And when you release it, I guess it's like a vacuum, then it...
Well, have you ever had a really good cry? Right? And
millions.
It's feeling like that after. You're like, I feel like a new woman. You just feel like lighter. Like you feel like I lost 5 pounds. I got to put that red dress on, right?
That's right. Yeah. When you said therapy, let's narrow that down to what kind of therapy. For me, I liked going to cognitive therapy. The reason why is some people like psychotherapy. Cognitive therapy, I found with one-on-one on a therapist, was talking about my relationship, not taking medication, and talking it out, communicating it. And she would kind of like mirror back stuff and ask me questions. And I remember at one point, I was so devastated. I said, you know what? I think I just need to go on social assistance and drugs. And I can't take this pain. It's so terrible. She goes, yes, you can, Bev. Yeah. And I would never, ever give you any of those things because she goes, in the end, when you come through this, you are going to feel so naturally high.
And so proud of yourself, right?
Yeah, but when you're in it, the doom and the pain and the crying and falling to the ground, and you can't, like the dark cloud is so heavy on you. How do you come out of it? But if you just hold on, you hold on and you keep going without medication, without drugs, and you write and you pray and you talk and you communicate with people.
Yes.
It works. It works.
So with therapy too, you have to be careful too which therapy you do. Because what you want to do is you want to uncover the problem. You want to see where the trauma stands or comes from. But you don't want to keep repeating it every time. You don't want to be opening that wound over and over again, because otherwise you're not ever going to leave.
And sometimes you don't know that wound is being triggered. Like, I've chosen men that were always like my father. And I'd choose another one and I'd say to my mom, how come he's doing this? How come he's doing that? And then I started thinking it's my dad's behavior. So that one ended. And the next one is like, how come he's doing that? How can I change him? Well, I couldn't change him, but it's like I had this sign in my head, like attracting the same person. But when I finally got to that level that I was able to heal and come out of it, I'm never going to attract that type of person again because I've done the work.
Well, the aha moment here is that we usually tend to attract partners that are like our parents, because our inner child wants to heal that part. So we choose partners that have that behavior, so then we as adults can now navigate and change the way our inner child feels. And heal it. But sometimes those are very toxic traits, right?
Yes.
And even our adult self doesn't know how to kind of ask for it or claim it or even heal it, right? So it's really good to just bring awareness to what it is that you're attracted to and what you're trying to heal within you. Because once you heal it within you, it's not going to come back again. You might get tested.
Yeah.
You might not. It's not going to stick. Right?
It's like that story where the lady said that she was walking down the street, and the first time she saw a hole, she fell in the hole.
Yeah.
The second time she walked down the street, she saw the hole and she walked around the hole. The third time she walked down the street, she knew the hole was there, so she walked down a different street.
Yes.
That's the healing. Right?
Yeah. And sometimes you have to hit your head, in the pavement a couple of times before you kind of get
a brick road. I banged my head a couple of times.
But some of the little tools that can help with dealing with trauma is, first of all, realizing that you're not your trauma. You're not your pain. You're not your emotions, right?
You're not that. It's just
who you are. The valuable spirit within is experiencing this, this growth, this understanding.
It's not really real. I mean, it feels real.
It feels real, but you can also detach yourself from it. Not in the sense of ignoring it, but go, I am not my emotions. I am not my thoughts.
I am not my emotions. I am not my thoughts.
Right. This is happening for me, not to me. This is
happening for me, not against me, not to me. It's happening so that I'm learning something, right?
Right. And what that happens is it's you calling your energy back and going, okay, so now from this place of empowerment, how can I move forward? How can I forgive this version of myself?
Yeah.
Or how can I forgive the situation that just happened? And how can I learn to heal or understand that I screwed up? I made a mistake. I'm human, and we are going to fall down 1,000 times.
The hardest thing is to forgive myself.
Yes.
I can forgive other people pretty easily.
I'm getting goosebumps.
When I have to forgive myself and overcome things, like one time I was in a board meeting a long time ago and I had this other job, and I froze. And it took me weeks to forgive myself. I'm like, why did I freeze? Why did I get a panic attack when I needed to speak? Because I had so much wisdom and I didn't share it. I beat myself up. I went into the bathroom. I said, oh my gosh, you were so stupid. Why didn't you say what was on your head? It was brilliant, da, 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 da. But then, after like crying and hurting myself for a long period of time and doing the writing and prayer, now it went from months of beating myself up to 1 month of beating myself up to 1 week of beating myself up to 1 day of beating myself up to 1 hour looking in the mirror, calling myself names and then saying,
oh, wait
you know what, Bevy, I forgive you and I love you and you're human and it's okay. So you know what? You hold your head up. You go back and you don't let this defeat you. I heard a really good guy, I think it was Les Brown. He said, if you fall down and you can look up, you can get up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like, show me one person that hasn't screwed up.
So many politicians
who hasn't
they mess up all the time.
Who's perfect? Who's perfect? Whose mother is perfect?
Yes.
Whose daughter is perfect? Whose son? Who has had a perfect life? Nobody. Like, we are all struggling. We're all there. We don't have a human manual.
No.
As we don't have a human, like, we don't have a manual to be parents, right?
Mm-hmm.
We are all just doing the best that we can. And if you can go into a situation and go, I did the best I could with what I do, then you should be feel proud of yourself. And now that you know better, then now you can change. Now you can make choices, right? Key here with any kind of change is awareness. If you're not aware that you're making these toxic decisions or mistakes, then you're not going to be able to choose different.
That's awful. You need a mentor or a coach to help you if you keep falling in the same hole, right? And you're not walking around or going down a different street. You need someone to help you and guide you.
Yes.
It could be at your church. It could be at the community center. It could be a counselor.
Yeah.
You have to reach out. You don't want to keep falling in that hole. It is too painful.
And what I like to say with when I have groups or even just my girlfriends, it's like the burden is much lighter when we all hold a little piece of it, right? Mm-hmm. So know that you're not alone.
Women are powerful.
Yeah. I hold a place of being seen and heard.
Yes.
And my mission statement for my own
I love it.
Business is to show everybody and mirror everybody as their soul's light, and for them to be as authentic as they can be and feel as loved by themselves as they do by other people.
Oh, I love that. I think that's the hardest thing in the world is to love yourself.
Yes, I'm working on that. I've been working on that one.
Well, I think everybody does because it's like we're so critical of ourselves. And especially women. I find like men, if they're bald or fat, they still have confidence, like quite a few of them, what I bumped into. And women, like if we put a little bit of a jelly belly on or, maybe our hair doesn't look right or, we had to scramble to get up or our thoughts aren't, we didn't have enough coffee in the morning. Like we're so critical.
We are. And I find that I look at my girlfriends and I think they're so beautiful the way they are. And I mean, they're not perfect. Like, no, I have some bigger women and not bigger around like me. And then I go, well, how can I look at them and think that they're flawless and beautiful? And then look at myself and go, ugh, blah, blah.
Right.
So it's like, it's learning to turn the eyes of love towards yourself and go, listen, if you love this about this person, why can't you love that about yourself?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So I do in my YouTube channel, I'm going to plug this in.
Oh yeah, I would love that. What is your YouTube channel?
It's at Guidance Within Reiki.
Oh, okay.
And I set up a morning and night and affirmation for lucky girl energy.
Okay.
And I also have a self-love meditation. So they're like about 5 minutes. So,
so that's really nice. Self-love.
Yeah.
Is that free?
Oh yeah, it's free on YouTube.
Okay. Well, let's check it out.
Yeah,
let's feel that. I want to feel that.
That's how you start, right? Like you start tapping into that energy, and the more you do it, the more your subconscious just kind of goes, okay, I like it. Because sometimes it's rewriting those subconscious ideas way in the back of your head that have been like, because you have a reel of negativity back here that goes, bah, 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 bah. And for years and years and years, and until you start changing that script, you don't realize how quickly your life can change and how quickly you can actually be loving and supporting yourself.
Yeah. My brother and I call it the dark cloud. And we call each other whenever it's happening because it takes us down.
Yeah.
And now I started to name it. So I go, this is Sammy. Sammy is like, Beverley, you're ugly. Beverley, you're this. Beverley, you're that. And I'm like, get lost, Sammy. That's not true. Go in the mirror and say, hey, I love you, Bevy. You're unique. You're passionate. You're wonderful. You have a great personality. You love people and animals. Like, how can you not love yourself, Beverley? Like, you are amazing. You should clone yourself and be your best friend. Like, what the heck?
Well, but you just said something very, very important.
Okay.
That if you are able to give that love to other people, then you are more than worthy of receiving that love.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like,
true.
Why can't you receive it? Like, right?
Yeah.
Like, what's stopping you from allowing that love to come in?
I find that when I'm really stuck and I become sort of self-centered about my own pain and agony, if I reach out and help somebody when I'm in my dire straight pain, and it was usually something that I don't tell anybody I do, right? And I just keep it inside. I do something really nice and kind for someone. It could be so simple as a smile, paying for their coffee, helping a homeless person, taking something to the animal shelter for that poor little animal that's suffering, and they do need towels and blankets right now. So go to your local animal shelter. But anything like that, it helps me bring myself out. And I'm like, okay, you know what? There's so much suffering. Like the little animals are suffering, right? People, homeless are suffering. Like, Beverley, get out of yourself.
Right.
Get out.
And I think that reminds you that, sometimes people have it worse than you, right? So it kind of gets you out of that egotistical of poor me, and it puts you in that place of grace.
You just
and
have
gratitude and generosity, right? Yeah. So what you're doing is you're actually flipping the script, right? Instead of that negative, dark talk or that low vibration going, no, I'm choosing to give. And so then somebody else can receive what I have to give, right? Because I have so much of it.
And maybe if you're kind to someone like that, it will change. You know what? Okay, I'm going to tell you something.
Yes.
Gary and I go to Viva Church together. And one day when we're coming out, we helped this homeless man, Robert, right? And we took him out and did some stuff with him. So anyway, Gary's like, I don't know, Beverley, I think you did too much. And I'm like, no, it was great. So anyway, a couple years later, I'm wondering what happened to Robert. I'm in Whitby in front of Booster Juice. And all of a sudden, this guy, I didn't recognize him. He goes, Beverley, it's you. And I go, who are you? He goes, I'm Robert. You helped me years ago. Don't you remember? And I go, I do. I've been wondering what happened to you, right? And he goes, I will never, ever forget you.
That's amazing. But that goes to show you I find that sometimes the most deep healing or love that I received has been from a stranger. And it could have just been a smile. Yeah. Somebody opened a door for me. Or when I wasn't feeling the best, somebody going, you're beautiful. And you're just like, okay, right? Like, because they have nothing to lose, right? You, as a stranger, you have nothing to lose to tell somebody else that you don't know their energy.
Right.
Or how they're radiating love, right?
Yes.
And I think because it's a stranger, you take it as like, well, he has no stake in this. Right. So he must be telling me the truth, right?
Yeah.
So
I remember I was in college. I'll just say what happened to me. I was living in this place where all of us had our own rooms, and we shared the kitchen and bathroom, 3 of us on one floor. And I was going to George Brown College, and it was so close to Sherburne and Dundas, really bad, sketchy area. And I remember I totally ran out of all my money, and I had to go to the food bank, right? And I was walking to the food bank, and I was so down. I was so depressed. I go, oh, like my whole life is crap. Instead of thinking, I'm going to George Brown College, I'm going towards my career, I'm trying to better myself. Instead of thinking positive, I was just like, all those thoughts are going through my head. I'm walking down Sherburne Street, and a limo pulls up with a guy, and he said, here's a beautiful rose for a beautiful woman.
Wow.
I was so high. I was like, whoa, this really happened.
If that's not the universe saying, like, chin up,
yes,
like, you're doing great, keep going, like, that's what you call a sign and a synchronicity, right? Like a sign more than sign.
That was beautiful.
Right? Oh. But if that's it. If you pay attention, the universe speaks to us through love, through others, or even, the universe itself, right? With synchronicities or like angel numbers or things that happen, right?
Right. So have you ever had something that happened that you're so sad, you're so down, you don't know if you're going to be able to overcome that, and how you overcame that, whatever that was?
It hasn't been one time. I mean, your life keeps going, right? So for me, let's talk, because I am divorced, and that's kind of how I got into the healing modalities. Is because about 14 years ago, I was folding laundry in my old house with my ex-husband.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so depressed because we weren't connecting. It just wasn't, it was very toxic.
Yeah.
And I asked everyone going, Spirit, guide me. I need clarity. I need guidance. And all of a sudden I felt very well surrounded by love.
That's
and kind of like, as sad as I was, I didn't feel alone. And I felt like I could keep going. And I did. I took a little step by a little step. And then I figured out that I couldn't fix my marriage alone because it was all one-sided.
Mm-hmm.
So I took the steps little by little to separate, let go. I went to therapy. I had moved away.
Me too.
But then I felt like I was missing something. I was like, there's something I need to heal something. And I don't know how to do it. Like I've done the leaving. I've done the therapy.
Yeah.
Right. Like also I was like, great, I'll be alone and I won't have to take care of everybody. But that loneliness just really sucked me.
All of a sudden it comes to you. You're like, oh, really? I'm alone. I am alone.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And then I had a friend of a friend going, I'm teaching Reiki. Would you like to learn? I was like, yes. So I took Reiki the first time.
Okay.
Just to learn to heal myself.
Okay.
And as soon as she put her hands on me, I started bawling. There was so much repressed in me. And I was like, I don't know what this is yet, but this is healing. This is what I need. This is what my soul needs. Mm-hmm. And as I went, I learned from level 1 to master the first time. It took me another 2.5 years to actually start practicing because I had to learn out. I was an empath. I needed some coaching and my awakening journey as well. I did a holy fire Reiki again and became another master again. And it's the more I do, the more I open, the more I tap in, the more I believe Spirit is guiding me. And I have faith and trust that we are so not alone, that we are guided. And I think the hardest part sometimes is truly just believing in yourself.
Yes.
But if you quiet your mind and you really tap into that authentic energy within you, you will feel the love that you have for yourself within, and the love that source, that God, the divine creator, is sending your way all the time. You are so not alone, and that there's always love and support all around us. It's just a matter of asking.
Yeah, you got to ask. You got to reach out.
And sometimes allowing yourself to receive it. Because sometimes the universe is going, here, have this, have that. And you're like, no, I'm not worthy. No, right? So that's kind of the final manifestation key there.
Manifesting. Yes. Or woman fasting.
Yeah.
We block it. And we can do that. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's key. That's key going, no, I'll take this. I'm okay to take this. I'm worthy and I know I deserve this.
Yes.
Right?
I just lately started saying thank you instead of justifying, right? Because I would be like, oh no, it's you. Oh, it's you. Oh no, you were you. Yeah. And so now I am like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, as empaths, it's really hard to receive because we're always the givers.
Yeah.
And what you need to remember this is that as you receive the gift that someone's giving you, you're also giving the gift of receiving.
Oh,
right. Because remember how good you feel when you give somebody something and they love it.
I love doing that.
Right. So just think you are giving that person that gift of them feeling wonderful for giving you,
for allowing them to give me that gift.
So you're still giving.
I love that. I never even thought of that before. That's wonderful.
Because if you do that, then you're kind of stealing that away from them. And have you ever given something to somebody and they go, oh, thanks, or they're like, no, like they refuse it so much. You're like,
doesn't feel good.
Oh, uncle, I'm making you feel worse. Like I was trying to make you feel better, right?
Yeah. Or I give somebody a birthday present and they go, oh no, that's too much. And I'm like, what? Like now I feel bad.
All you need to do is say thank you. Thank you. And that's it.
Oh, well, that really makes me take a look at another issue I've got. Thank you.
Like I don't have enough. we all have our things, right? We get through life, and a lot of that happens in our childhood, right? And a lot of that also we accumulate, right? Because remember that this is compounded. We start with one thing, and then another thing happens up on top of it. Another thing happens on top of it. So sometimes it's not going to the core. Sometimes you can kind of release and let go from where you're at. But once again, it comes to that awareness.
Right.
And then once you're aware, then you can make a different choice.
Every time I think that I've plateaued and I've healed through everything, I will bump into someone or something and it will trigger. And then I'll go, okay, when have I felt this before? Because this is a familiar feeling, right? And it will trigger something from my past that, I already healed through that, or maybe I didn't remember.
Right.
I didn't remember, my brother and I had some issues when we were children with the family and stuff, and I blocked it. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, I forgot this happened. This happened, and I got to do the work.
Right. But that's a good sign of your healing.
Okay.
Because the way we heal is we kind of do the work.
Yeah.
Then we're good. Then we do have that little dip. You go, oh no, what's happening?
Yeah.
And then that's what poop, right?
Yeah.
And then you kind of take off to this new height and level, right?
Okay.
So what it's saying is that you feel strong enough or safe enough to bring up something traumatic that your body now is ready to process and heal and release. So think of it as a gift from yourself.
Okay.
And know that you are never healed. Like, we are human. We're always going to make mistakes. And they're like you said, healing will become faster and better. Like, you're going to be really good at it, right?
Yeah, it is really coming along
but
for me.
It doesn't mean that we finish, right? Yes. There's always something. Like, I've seen my parents, they're in their 70s, and I look at this. I was through my kind of like coaching lens or, healer lens, right? Yeah. And I go, oh, you need to heal your inner child, or, and you do, right? Like, there's always work to be done. There's always work to, that you can ascend and move to. But with that said, and I wanted to say this too. Okay. Is sometimes you can get caught in the loop of healing. And keep reopening the wound. So I
mentioned that before, and I never really got it until you said it now.
Yeah.
And you don't want to do that. So you do the work and you move on, but you don't want to
pause, right? Like, you need to integrate. You need to learn how to feel strong again, so then you don't get triggered again, right? Or know that you have surpassed that feeling, or if you're put in that situation again, you're not going to react the same, right? So remember, like I said, it's like that plateau. You need to have that plateau, that transmuting, integrating, and then once you have a little dip or a little low, then you're about to take off. Right. There's a new level coming up. So that's just the way it works. Right? The one thing in the universe that's constant is change.
One thing that used to happen to me is that when I was confronted by someone very, very angry, I would go into frozen, paralyzed, and I didn't understand, why do I feel all this fear, and how come I can't speak up for myself?
Right.
And that was a slow process of now just taking a breath, processing, not reacting,
right,
and then stating, you know what, I'm sorry you feel that way, and this is how I'm seeing it, and I'd like to hear you, but I don't like the tone of your voice. Yeah. Can you please lower your voice so that we can discuss this? And I'd like to understand your point of view and my point of view, but I can't do that when you're screaming and yelling at me. And when I did that, I just felt so good. And now it doesn't happen anymore. Right. Or if it happens, I'm just like, I'm over it. You can't get me by yelling and screaming or whatever. I'm just like, you're like,
what you did is you took little Beverley. Yeah. She goes, I got you, girl, right? And you're like, you're safe, you're with me, and your adult self went, wait a minute, I don't deserve to be treated this way.
No, I don't.
We can speak like regular people.
And I don't treat people like that. Yeah. So, I don't deserve it.
So this is you showing your self-respect of what your needs are, and then setting the boundary of I will not tolerate this behavior.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I actually went through that a couple of weeks ago with a friend and stood up for myself, and then he was really affected. Yeah. And when I called him back, he was crying because he said, I don't want to lose your friendship. I'm devastated that we had this fight. And I said, well, you know what? We've had fights before. We're friends. We're like brother and sister. So let's just talk it about, heal it, and get over it. And he said, do you think it's possible? And I go, I know it's possible, because healing is what it's all about. We're humans. We make mistakes. We say, and now my lesson again is, you know what? Reacting has never, ever paid for me. Whenever I reacted to someone, their anger, their situation, if they were wrong or I was wrong and I reacted, it takes so much time to fix it than just to take a step back.
Right? Or and pause and go, whoa, is this where I want this to go?
Right. Yeah. So I'll tell you something. About 16 years ago, I hired this student, a young student, and her English wasn't too good. She was from Jamaica. She just came over with her parents. And I said, I'll train you for cleaning. And so I thought, well, if I train her young, she'll be here forever. Right? That was my thing. So anyway, we're out at this farm, and she took the customers. She was in the bedroom, and I was in another room with the other girls. She took the customer's camera that had all the baby pictures, like a professional camera, and put it into the bucket of water, and then took it out, put it on a towel, and put it on the dresser. What? Yes, exactly, right? And so anyway, and I was there, and I missed the whole thing. So anyway, the customer had cameras. So he told me, he goes, Beverley, this is what your employee did. We even have her on camera. And I go, I don't get it. I was even there and I missed this, right? So I asked her, I said, did you do that? She goes, yeah, I wanted to clean the camera. So I put it in the water, and I said, you destroyed all their baby photos. This camera was like $2,500.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what you did? And so I said, are you stupid? Oh. And she looked at me, and a tear came down her face. She didn't say a word. And one tear came down. That tear was like a smack in my face. And all of a sudden I realized that she was God's child. I had no right to do this. It doesn't matter about the camera.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter about anything. She's a human, wonderful, beautiful person. She made a mistake, and what right? So right away I said, you know what? I had no right to talk to you like that. I'm truly sorry. I'm apologizing. I'm going to fire you, but I do need to apologize for what I just did and said to you, and I never did it again. From that day, if somebody did something that was like off the walls or whatever, they go, Beverley, how come you're not saying anything? Sometimes for a couple of days, I'm like,
But that goes to show you that you learn from your mistake, right?
That was major.
And not only that, but you were able to correct that mistake right away too.
Yes.
So that shows character. Like, that's the best you could do, right? Because we are going to screw up. We are going to make mistakes. We're all going to react from that fear-based thoughts, or even just our childhood trauma.
Yeah.
But as long as you are able to see it and you're able to go, listen, that was inappropriate. I'm so sorry. I reacted from a place of panic and fear.
Yeah.
And that's all you could do, right? So now it's up to the other person to forgive you too. So remember that we are all responsible for three things, or we have control over 100% control of just three things in our lives.
Okay. What's the three things?
How we think, how we feel, and how we act.
And what we say.
Well, that's how we act, right?
Yeah.
So you are responsible for that. But that means that you're also responsible for that for yourself. So I'm not responsible for what you're saying to me. I can be accountable for my own actions and how I react to you. But if you're feeling betrayed or hurt, that's within you. I'm not saying that my actions didn't hurt you, and I can be accountable for that. But what I'm saying is that I can't go inside of you and change that hurt.
No.
That hurts has to come. That feeling,
words
that
can be
reconciliation, that resolution that needs to come from you, because you can, and you know this. You know people who are bitter and carrying things for years and years and years. They just won't let it go.
I have a friend like that right now. I wish I could help her to get past this.
But this comes back to our forgiveness conversation, right? Because if you keep holding on to that poison, because it is energetic poison.
It is poison, yes.
That can cause disease, right, in your body.
That's right.
And it can manifest into things until you physically have to remove things out of your body.
People get cancer and all kinds of illness, disease, and it's caused by stress, but stress is caused by the thoughts, the unresolved issues or
held emotion too. Like our society right now doesn't teach us how to cope with emotions.
No, that's
so
true.
Emotions are energy in motion. So it's you taking that emotional temperature of the room or yourself and going, wait a minute, I'm feeling anger. What does that mean? I need to set a boundary. Somebody's crossing something that I don't want.
Feeling inside,
right?
Like, what's going on? It's
unjust, or it's unfair, or if you're feeling hurt, it's like, okay, why am I feeling hurt? How can I act on it? Right? So, and emotions last 90 seconds within your body.
90 seconds,
right? So if you sit with them, even the really ugly, like really gut-wrenching ones.
It's hard.
It will go away. It will pass, and you will get the clarity. So it's clarity is on the other side of fear. Clarity is on the other side of struggle. Clarity is on the other side of processing what you're feeling. But that's what our emotions are teaching us. If we ignore those signals, then we're ignoring the lesson. So that's why it keeps repeating and repeating and repeating. As we go, all right, I'm going to feel this. I'm going to feel this anger. I'm going to feel this pain. I'm going to feel this hurt. And then when I'm done feeling this hurt, then I look at where I'm at. And then I look at what I have gone through and the clarity that brings, right? In the sense of like, I'm resilient, I'm courageous. I did the best I could, and that's all I could have done. Now I know better, so I'm choosing better.
Now I'm going to forgive myself. So a lot of people, when they have different circumstances that come up, they will go to drugs, or they will go to alcohol, they'll go to food, they'll go to desserts, they'll go to sugar. And this is all something that is like a Band-Aid. You're stuffing yourself. And when you take the Band-Aid off, the pain is still underneath.
Yeah.
So
that's why it's like continuous addiction, right? Or you need to numb it all the time. A lot of people too that go to addictions, it's their lack of connection to themselves and their community.
Oh, I love that.
And the lack of connection to source. Because some people, I don't know if you ever heard, but back in the days, most psychics or people that have gifts like that tend to, self-medicate because they try to numb that sensitivity, right?
Right.
I'm a super empath, so I feel so deeply for so many reasons. And what I do is I kind of isolate or hermit, right? But until you learn how to become that empowered empath and know how to keep your boundaries, or know the tools that you can use when you're going to go out in public, or when you're going to go to an event, or learn to say no if you're not comfortable going somewhere, right?
There's nothing wrong with saying no.
Nothing wrong with no is a full sentence, right?
Yes.
No, period.
My friend used to say, Beverley, just go out on a date. And even if you like the person, just practice saying no. I don't want to go on another date. I'm like, why would I do that? And they're like, just practice no.
Yeah.
Just practice no.
Yeah, I heard something the other day that was fantastic, that it's like, being a good, resilient human is learning how to take disappointment, right? Learning how to know that it's not always going to work out for you, but that's not going to kill you, right? You're just going to learn to either go around, like when a river has a rock in the middle of it, what does it do? Does it break the rock? Sometimes, right? If it hits it long enough.
Yeah.
But it goes around the rock, right? It sees an obstacle and goes, okay, I'm going to go this way.
Or right? It's like the hole in the ground. I'm going to go take another street, right? That's the lesson.
It's that ebb and flow, right? Life is ebb and flow. Sometimes you're going to feel stuck, but life is always moving. The spiral of creation is a spiral, right? You're always moving. And sometimes it feels like you're coming and you're doing the same thing, but remember, you're on a different level of that spiral. Right? So you kept saying that sometimes I feel like I'm repeating the same lessons. Like, it might feel like that, but you're a different Beverley.
I am.
You're a different way to cope with it. You're going to learn that extra thing. And remember too, sometimes healing is, I'm going to quote Shrek here, it's like an onion. There's many layers to it, right?
Yes.
So sometimes you need to heal each layer to get to the core, or make it small enough where it just doesn't really matter. It doesn't really bother you.
I always say that if I allow someone to peel my onion, I'm going to get to the core and cry.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Crying physically changes your brain chemistry. When you cry, new neurons connect.
Okay.
So you're creating new pathways to see things and hear things and understand things. So that's why we use it. As humans use it, because like I said, I feel a lot, and sometimes I don't have the words or human words to express what I feel, because everything I feel is energy and feeling, and it's so intense that how I can express it is through tears.
Well, even my little dog Pee-wee, the other day, the duck cleaners were here and the noise was irritating him, and he was just whimpering and crying and everything. And I said, oh, it's okay, honey, and stuff like that. But even animals, like they feel and they cry and they whimper, and they've got a reason for that.
Yeah, well, animals are natural empaths. Right? They can, because they don't speak, right? So they translate energy, right? That's why dogs can smell fear, and cats are really good. When you're not feeling well, they'll come and purr. Like the purring of a cat is actually a vibrational healing. Like they're healers in themselves, right?
I love that.
Yeah. So all kinds of animals.
Right.
So, and they speak energy, right? and they have their own beautiful personalities and attitudes, but they're there to teach us too, right? And that's why those people who are super sensitive sometimes love animals, because animals are safe, our safe place.
Yeah.
An animal will always hold space, will always make you feel loved, will always make you feel wanted and seen. Right?
Animals are attracted to me so much. I've rescued so many animals. And just a quick example of that, like in the summertime, I had the front door open, the screen shut, and I looked out and there was a dog there. I'm like, what is this dog doing here?
I'm sure. Okay, I want to share that your house has that energy of like, that house is safe for animals.
Right?
I'm sure you probably get more than your neighbors, whatever. Right?
Oh, I get all kinds of animals here, yeah. But this particular dog, I looked down the street and there was some gentleman that's never been around this area screaming, "Did you see that dog? I'm going to kill that dog."
Oh my goodness.
And I'm like, what? So when I heard him say that, I said, no. So I took the dog, put it in my Jeep, and took the dog over to a friend's house and saved the dog from this guy, because he said, "I'm going to get the dog." So how did that dog know to pick me to save him?
Because
and he was returned back to his owners, and the owners were grateful. But that dog chose me to come to this step.
Well, how do babies know who to trust and not who to trust, right? Is that natural instinct of, remember, we are batteries, pretty much. Okay. We are energetic. Our heart is a battery. We have our auric field is an energetic biofield, right?
Okay.
So you and I, our auric field is 6 feet around, right? So to the tip of our feet, sorry. To the tip of our fingers, right? All around us.
Is that why during COVID they said you got to stay 6 feet away? Like, is that affecting people's energy or what?
I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
I as a spiritual person, I think that's what it was. It was trying to kind of keep everybody apart.
Yeah.
But right now you and I are sitting in each other's field. So I can totally tap in and read you and connect with you, as you can also feel safe in my energy.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And that's what empaths do. We just generate a biofield of safety and comfort. I've had strangers in the grocery store come and tell me their life story. Why?
Yes.
Says I was safe because they needed somebody, and they just knew they could come to me,
just
and I would be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry about that," or I would give them just even the ear for them to go, "Oh, I feel better."
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I've always been like, I was been the counselor within my friends. I've always been the kind of the container. And what happens is our biofield is much, much larger. It tends to be much larger. And so we also tend to collect a lot of things that are not ours, right? So it's learning how to not keep those, learning how to kind of
give them away.
Not give away, just release them, right?
Release. Okay.
I like to say empaths are energy translators. We're emotion translators. So a lot of my clients come to me and goes, "Oh, this is happening to me." I'm like, "Oh, so you're feeling this?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's the feeling." Like sometimes people don't have the language of emotion, right? And it's getting to that. And I think sometimes when you label something and you see it, it's so much easier to shift it, change it. Well, you become aware, right?
Right.
So sometimes putting a label on something, and I found this for me through therapy or even just coaching, is that once something has a name, I can see it. I can shift it. I can move it. I can mold it into what I want. But if it's this kind of nebulous, cloud somewhere that feels uncomfortable and I don't know what it is, it's like, I want to push it away. I don't want to look at it because it's like, I want to avoid it. Right. So that's part of the reason that some energy healing works so well, because sometimes people don't have the words or don't even have the energetic capacity to know how to hold these things or to release them. Right.
So energy, you can't see it, but you can feel it.
Yes, 100%.
If someone has just heard about this for the first time and doesn't even know about energy, they know like mind, body, spirit, but they don't know about energy. How do you describe energy? Like,
okay, so I put your glass down, and I'm going to give you a little exercise that you're going to be able to feel your own energy.
Okay.
Right? So I want you to grab your palms, and I want you to kind of rub them together. And then like you can even twist them if you want. Twist it, get nice and warm. And now I want you to pull them apart and then slowly bring them back together. So for me, I am feeling resistance right here. Now you keep going until you feel it. Some people is going to be really close. Some people is going to feel really far. That's your biofield. That's your own energy moving through your body. Do you feel it? Do you feel that resistance?
Yeah.
So what Reiki does is emphasizing or using that energy within my body and your body to kind of create, move, and shift things within your body.
So why do I need to move it?
So you need to move it so then you can find the point where you find that resistance.
Okay.
That's the only reason why. Because for me, I
should be able to go right like this, right?
Well, I want you to go as close as possible because I want you to feel what's not there, right? I want you to feel the air and the energy between.
Okay.
Right? So for me, because I use Reiki as a practice, my hands turn on, right?
Okay.
So I can even do a ball of energy this big, right? But for me, I was feeling it here. For you, because you've not practiced this, you probably needed it a little bit closer, right? So that's why I wanted people to kind of do, it's called, what's the instrument? The accordion, right? So you do a little bit like an accordion until you figure out where your energy feels like, and you'll feel that resistance, and that's kind of your own biofield.
That's interesting. So then basically Reiki is energy, healing the energy, feeling the energy, and being aware within yourself, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what.
And Reiki flows where it needs to go, right? Yes. So I could sit here or even just put not even my hands on you, but I can kind of place my hands in a specific spot. And Reiki will go to your toe if that's where your toe is hurting or that's where you need balance, right? Okay. So Reiki will always flow where it needs to go, right?
So sometimes people that need physical healing,
yes,
the energy will help heal the physical?
Yeah, yes, 100%. Because what it's doing is, you know, when you're in pain and something's throbbing and you're going, oh, I'm in pain. What Reiki does, it takes you from a place of being in that negative pain state to a state of flow. Right. So then now your body can do its work to heal and bring soothing and calming and relaxation to that area.
Okay. So can you do that on your own or you have to have someone else do it?
Yes. So to do it on your own, you have to at least take Reiki level 1 because we teach you how to do it for yourself.
Yeah.
Or you have to be Reiki trained. So to give Reiki, you have to be Reiki trained in Reiki. But but for energy healing, we've seen lots of, even my mom has grabbed you by the hand or has put, massaged you in some way and has healed you. So we all have the capacity to do this.
Well, I think Jesus, when he walked on earth, would heal people. And then he said to use this as an example that you can do everything I can do, right?
Right.
So we don't know how much power we have to heal people, to heal ourselves, and to help people.
Right. And so I'm using the modality of Reiki, but energy healing has been around since humans have been around.
Really?
Okay? So you'll find it everywhere. And it could start with just you saying a little prayer to yourself and putting your hands at your heart and feeling that warmth that comes through, right?
Sometimes when I'm in church, I feel that Jesus or God or an angel is just like grabbing me. And then I feel it. I'm like, oh, that feels so good. I'm being hugged. I'm being loved, right? I feel that vibration, that energy. I'm like, wow, it's such a natural high to feel that I'm loved. And I seem to feel that in church, that vibration.
Right. So, because you allow yourself, because you feel in a safe place to allow that to come through.
That's true.
And you already know that in church you can connect, right?
Yes.
Because that can happen anytime. Okay. Right? Yeah. Because you don't need a building.
It does happen when I'm dancing in my kitchen.
Right. Like you don't need a building for you to connect to source, right? You are the conduit. You are already plugged in. It's whether you're allowing the switch to be turned on or off.
Right. I love dancing in my kitchen when I'm cooking and enjoying myself, and my little dogs are happy. And
so there's lots of ways we can reach those levels of ecstasy, right? One is meditation, the other one's dancing, the other one is intimate connections, right? So there's lots of ways that you can connect to that are not just energy healing based, right?
Okay, that's good to know.
Right? Yeah. But I just use the modality of Reiki to help people through that, right?
So it's just a label.
It is a label.
But
It is a technique,
it
right?
encompasses so much
It
more
does,
that
yeah.
people really didn't understand. I never really understood the whole concept
It's
of it.
almost like the ABCs of how to help people.
I
Right?
love that. Yeah.
So, and it's a way. Like, this is not the only way, and there's so many different types of Reiki.
Right.
There's like crystal Reiki, angelic Reiki, there's intuitive Reiki. Like, it really is. There's lots of different modalities.
Mhm.
I just know the holy fire, and I'm a Karuna Reiki master as well. So I know the specific symbols and a specific way to do it. But energy work is energy work, right?
Okay.
So, and I'm trained in that. That's why I have that label of
Right.
Reiki Master Teacher. But it could be in anything, right? I have a lot of beautiful healing friends that have never taken a Reiki class, but if they put their hands on me or they set the intention of sending me love and light, I receive it. I get it, right? So a lot of that too, I loved it because you're saying you start your meditation with prayer. That's the key that's opening you up to that connection to your own healing, right?
Yes.
So yeah, you definitely can do it for yourself.
What I do is I love to go down to the beach and like pick my little rocks and just walk on those and go in the sand and the water.
Yes.
And the vibration of the water and the waves and the birds and my little dogs running around without a leash, feeling the water. I'm like, and the sun has got to be shining. And it is just like the most beautiful.
Well, you just mentioned natural medicine, right? Like, you are connected to the rhythm of the earth.
Yes.
And the water.
Yes.
And the sun. The sun, like, we get lots of energy codes and upgrades through the sun as well, right? Because we are energy beings, right? So our genetic code can change and advance by the light we absorb as well.
Wow. Yeah, that's beautiful. Well, I want to thank you for being here today.
You're most welcome.
But I do want to ask you something.
Yes.
So, what do you want your legacy to be? For people, how to remember you. Not that you're going anywhere. You're going to be here for a long time, maybe eternity. But if it was written down about you, what would you want people to say about you, to think about you? I find you a kind empath.
Yes.
With a great personality. You're probably a lot of fun to go out with.
Yes.
Right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
When I like to go out.
Because
when I choose to go out. Yeah.
Right. Because you encompass your energy, right? Yeah. You're careful.
Yeah.
Your energy. Yeah. That's really.
I'm also one of those people who, I'm an introvert, but if I choose, I can be an extrovert, right? So I think it's called an ambivert, where you can choose one or the other, but I have to feel safe within a group to be that, like, extrovert.
I'm actually that too, because I love being at home reading a book with my dogs, being alone.
Yeah.
And when I want to go see a movie, I just go see a movie. And my friends are like, how come you didn't invite me? How come? I said, I don't know. I just wanted to go out by myself for a nice dinner and a nice movie.
Well, empaths usually tend to like their own company.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So me.
We need time to recharge, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
Sometimes, and our gift to the world is to feel a lot. So our gift to ourselves is to make sure that our energy can be replenished and we're ready to kind of jump in whenever somebody needs us.
Yeah. Okay, so you want people to remember you.
I want people to remember me by my sense of authenticity, and kindness, and somebody who will always look at you with love and mirror your inner light, and a space of caring and compassion, and somebody who wants always the best for you, that wants you to shine and wants you to grow and glow, because when you win, I win. And
wow, that's so beautiful.
Yeah, and I wanna.
You are a beautiful person.
I want to help heal the world, and not because I want to heal it, but I want every human to remember their value and their purpose and their light within themselves.
Wow, that is really beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any last minute advice for maybe someone that's young and struggling and doesn't know what direction to go with their life? Like right now, there's so many homeless people.
Yeah.
And people are going through so much that causes them anxiety and panic. They don't know how to choose their life. They don't know what to do. They're lost. Their parents tell them to do this. They don't, like, how do you find your purpose? How do you find your gift? How do you move forward when you're so lost?
So this is funny because I went through the struggle too, but like, what's my purpose? What's my purpose?
Yeah.
And actually your purpose is really easy to find.
Okay.
It's just being aware of it. So your purpose is what you're really naturally good at. Something that you think, I can't judge people for this. Like,
Right.
like I can't judge people to tell them what to do or to like
Yeah.
feel their feelings, right?
Right,
Like, I'm like,
right.
how are people going to pay me to feel their feelings, right?
Right.
But it's that, like, I am that space. I am that, I generate that unconditional love where people can just take off their masks and be authentically themselves.
Yes.
And that's how you heal, right?
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to make the point that it all starts with curiosity.
Mm.
So be curious about why it's happening. You don't have to have an answer, but be curious why it's happening. If somebody else is going through it, what did this person do? How did this person solve it? Oh, this feels good. I'm going to be curious about this. Doesn't mean that that's the answer. And just find that awareness of what feels good within yourself, because you're your own guiding light. Like, the reason why my business is called Guidance Within is because nobody is a better guide than yourself.
Right.
Because I don't know your life story.
No.
I can tell you my life story and go, oh, go this way. You'll succeed. It's like, yeah, but that's not your path.
Right.
Like, I like to say I'm a way shower. So I will hold your hand and I will show you where I've been. But you're more than welcome to I hope you let go of my hand and take your own path.
Oh, I love that. Yes.
Because I want to see you kind of go, no, this is my way. And then because you're teaching me too that there's a different way, right? So I would want people to just be curious and know that you are a being of love and light, and nothing that happens in your life changes that.
Wow.
That's the core of who you are.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I feel that your clients must feel so safe with you.
Yeah.
And so empowered, right?
Yes.
And you shine.
Yes.
Your eyes shine. You're glowing.
Yes.
So you really have something very special to give to people. So I really want to thank you, and I want to have a cheers.
Oh, yes.
Let's have a cheers to finding out about Reiki. My knowledge has improved now, and I know a lot more than I did earlier today.
Yes.
So,
and give it a try, right? Be curious, right?
Yes.
It might not be your thing.
Yeah.
You might not. I have people that go, oh my God, I felt everything. You've changed my life. And I have people that are like, meh. Right.
Yeah. Well,
and that's okay. There's nothing.
So many ways to heal and things. This is one of them.
And exactly. And I'm not the end all be all. I don't know everything.
Right.
But if you are attracted to what I do and the space I hold, come. Right. Let's try it.
Are you located in Durham region?
I am. I'm located at North Oshawa.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So if do
you have a shop, or you do it out of your home?
I do it out of my home. I have a studio in my basement.
And do you have a website?
I do. I have a website. It's www.guidancewithinreiki.com.
Okay.
And you will find all my socials in there. I do daily oracle readings on TikTok and Instagram. I have lots of meditations on my YouTube channel.
Right.
Lots of free content. I have classes all the time, and I love teaching.
Okay.
I have several courses on the chakras and self-development through the chakras. And
can I ask you, what are chakras?
Chakras are the energy centers of the body, right? So they correspond to kind of to the rainbow
colors.
Yeah, they're kind of to the rainbow. Red, root, and then crown kind of is that purple white.
Purple.
And so you have 7 major chakras, and they each kind of correspond to not only an emotion but a part of your body, like the organs, and each of the chakras kind of correspond to if something's blocked in the heart, then you're either feeling grief or, you felt
abandoned. And that would be one of those colors would be blocked?
Well, it wouldn't be blocked. It just wouldn't be functioning optimally.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, if they're closed means that you're no longer with us. So they're always moving. They're always shifting. When I say blocked, mean that they're not moving.
Okay.
As openly as they could. But just so you know, I don't want you to think that you have to walk around with your chakras open all the time. No, they're supposed to ebb and flow, right? Because sometimes you're going to go into an environment, you go to, yes, I'm going to take in all this energy. And sometimes you're going to go in an environment and go, nope, I'm going to close myself up. I don't want this. So know that they ebb and flow. That nobody's supposed to kind of be open all the time. So, but sometimes if something's stuck or blocked, then that's where you might need kind of professional help or something.
Okay, so that would be like me going into a room where everybody's sort of like dull, and from across the room, I notice one woman, and we start dancing, and our energy goes. So that's sort of the same kind of thing.
What it is your energetic field connected to hers because you guys glowed the same, or had the same kind of vibration, and you're just like, boop, she's my kind of people.
I don't know her, but then at the end she goes, I love you.
But we've all met strangers that like we feel as comfortable as our like family or
like
our girlfriends.
I feel comfortable with you. Well, cheers, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Beverley, for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So Will, I'm going to do a 15-minute Reiki session on Will. And you're going to see me kind of prepare at the beginning, just saying an opening prayer, calling in my angels, invoking Reiki energy. And I'm going to use the chakras. You're going to see me put my hand positions through each chakra so that I get a full Reiki session in a quick way.
Okay.
Will, is that okay if I ask you to touch you sometimes?
It's okay.
Yeah. I will ask you first. Don't worry. So, like I said, I'm just going to be quiet for just a little bit so I can invoke for Reiki. Yeah. So already we are surrounded by angels, just so you know. There's like twinkly light, like I don't know if I can hear it. It's kind of like like a sparkly twinkle sound. Yeah, and I'm hot, just like this. Yes, so a lot of energy flowing.
Yes.
You can stay there. It's okay. So it's going to start at your crown.
Okay.
And with Reiki, you're going to feel tingles around your body. It goes where it needs to go.
Okay.
My hands will get hot or cold.
Mm-hmm.
So those are all natural sensations you're going to feel.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're receiving this really well. Okay, so a quick chakra lesson here. Okay. We have 7 major chakras.
Okay.
And the first one is the crown. It's at the top of your head. It is like a crown around you. And I see it as a cone of white kind of pointing up. So you're connected to source, right? Okay. The third eye is right between your eyebrows in the center of your forehead. And this actually connects to your true pineal gland right in the center of your brain. That's your third eye. Physically. Right. And this connects you to your higher self, your thoughts, patterns, intuition, things like that. Okay. Right? And then we have our throat, which is kind of at the base of our throat.
I have a lot of throat problems in the past.
So that's connected to speaking your truth and speaking what you feel.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And then we have the heart chakra, which is right at the center. Is this
a heart chakra?
Yes, that's a venturi. Yeah.
So beautiful. Okay.
So that's the center of your chest, and it's connected to the color green.
Okay.
And then we have the solar plexus, which is right underneath your rib cage.
Okay.
At your diaphragm.
Right.
And that's usually yellow or gold, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And then we have the sacral, which is right kind of where the womb is, right between the belly button and your pubic bone.
Okay.
So, and that's usually of color orange. And then we have the root, which is right between the perineum and the anus, if we're going to be exact. And it's a cone pointing down, right?
Oh, okay.
So the chakras from the sacral to the third eye,
right?
They all have a front and a back chakra. So the front is about kind of how we portray ourselves out into the world, how we show up.
Okay.
And the back is about how we receive what's coming.
Oh, I never knew that. Yeah, it's very interesting. Well, thanks for telling us.
Yeah.
So this is like the color scale, and this is just sort of like a representation of what's really inside
So
us.
it's really kind of the rainbow. So you have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and purple.
Beautiful. Wonderful. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Maria, for being with us today and explaining the mind, body, and spirit and how everything works together. I guess it doesn't matter like what your religion or what your spiritual belief is. You keep that, but you can still do the energy work within. And I just love it. And I loved our conversation today. I got a lot out of it. And we wish you very many blessings. Thank you so much for being here, Maria.